Hello and a very good afternoon. Well, I say good, but I'm now currently at Bletchley, my old stomping ground, of course. And there is a certain topic, which you can tell by the title of this video, that I really want to discuss. So, usually we have a lot of fun, we learn things, etc. We are going to learn something. However, I'm going to get into a more of a serious mindset with this. It needs to be. So, we're not going to have the upbeat intro that we normally do. We're just going to crack on straight into it. And I'm going to tell you what's happening in regards to railway ticket offices. On Wednesday, the 5th of July, railway workers and the general public were informed of the announcement from train operators and the government that they intended to close up to 1,000 ticket offices across the network. They have also set up a 21-day public consultation for you to have your say regarding the matter. However, this has created a lot of uncertainty among the workers in regards to their job security. The RMT have condemned this action amongst many other people. They have started a social media campaign with hashtag Save Ticket Offices and other ways to get involved on their website. You can also sign the online petition, which has over 30,000 signatures in just over 24 hours. So, there you go. Railway ticket offices are extremely at risk at the moment, and as I said, up to 1,000 are due to be closed, etc. They only announced this yesterday, like I said, but in regards to railway ticket offices, if you speak to someone who's worked on the railway for some time, they will tell you that this has been talked about for quite a while. But that doesn't take away anything. The reason why I'm doing this video as well is because for me personally, they are a part of the railway station which needs to remain there. It's part and parcel of a railway station. And yes, they say about because of COVID, money loss, need to make it back somehow. Well, yeah, but doing it like this is really getting a lot of people's backs up, and it's something that, like I said, I personally do not want to see happen. Hence the video. But so it's not just getting rid of that. There are many things which are going to be, a domino effect of that. So what I am going to do now is just go through what will happen if you have a station that has no ticket office. So if your station doesn't have a ticket office, what will happen? Well, you lose the human factor. It depends anyway. If you're at a station that is already unstaffed and you're used to the machines, you know what you're doing, fair enough. However, when you've got stations like Bletchley, for example, who has had a ticket office for as long as I've been alive, even for longer. So as long as I've been alive, there's always been a ticket office. In recent times, however, they are open less and less. That is due to starving and other reasons. But, so, people will now have to solely rely on the self-service ticketing machines, or for those who know the name or work in the industry, TVM machines. And from personal experience, they are not the most user-friendly. They can be quite difficult to read, and also there are some tickets which they don't actually do. Now, that begs the question, would they... Right, there's an announcement of the Pendolino going on, 1 second. So, that begs the question, would they introduce a simpler technology to, really, make it simple for that customer, for the passenger, and, make their life a bit easier? You would like to think so. However, since the announcement of this, you look on Twitter and things like that, and there are so many pictures being put up of, C2C South Western, where their machines are not working, and there's a sign on C2C which says, "This is not working, please go to the ticket office." Well, you can't have that if there is no ticket office. So, what are people meant to do? In terms of staff, however, they are planning on making them multifunctional. So you'll still have people around. They will just be more out in, the station foyers and, on platforms, that kind of thing. But, like, for example, Milton Keynes. If you go to Milton Keynes, normally during, your busy periods, and many main stations that use these, there's always a queue at the ticket office. So it's not as though they're not being used, because they are. So depends on how you look at it, and you know, it's very, very annoying. So it's a bit difficult, it really, really is, to comprehend. But so what I want to do now is move on and just say, and go on to a slightly different topic on what will happen for staff and passengers moving forward. Okay, so back on with this. An Avanti Pendolino going through platform 4 at Bletchley. Yeah, that rarely happens. I was a bit very, very puzzled by that. God knows what the reasoning is. God knows. But yes, so what does this mean for, you know, staff and passengers moving forward in the future? So you're going to have to be heavily reliant on, like I said, on the machines in the stations, but also your apps like Trainline, things like that are going to become, you're going to become heavily reliant on. What I will say, however, as a sort of tip, if you're getting advanced singles, please look at the time on your ticket, otherwise you're going to have endless problems. And if you are going to print your tickets from a station, make sure you have a physical bank card, and it can be any card that you have, bank card, to unlock the feature in order to print your tickets. Because if you don't have your card and there's no ticket office, you're going to have to go home and get that card, which for one will delay you, and you know, it will put your day at risk, and also it could mean that you are wasting money. Obviously things happen, it's a mistake, but nonetheless these are just things to watch out for. And also, you know, if you're going to try and buy a cheaper ticket that isn't the fare that you're actually doing, and you're trying to, you know, be a bit cheeky, well, be, you know, go against the bylaws and whatever else, they're recruiting more and more revenue officers, so their presence is going to be increased, so your chances of fare evasion are going down as well. I'm not saying that people that watch this do fare evade, I'm just a broad spectrum. So yeah, just be very, very mindful the ticket you are booking. But like I said, there will be people, staff members dotted around the stations, so if you are unsure, they are more than happy, or they will be more than happy to show you what to do and increase your confidence on it. And you know, there's people that do it now that have no problem and just get on with it, but people are different. So in terms of staff, there are people that have been there, you know, 10, 20, 30 years, that are really used to one thing, and they will dig their heels in. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if you get quite a few people that take voluntary redundancy, you know, with the uncertainty and things like that. But they, like I said, they are planning on making people more multifunctional by giving them other roles around the stations. And in future recruitment, obviously those contracts and those roles will be publicised in the new remit. So there are going to be quite a few changes, like I said. But as a passenger, just you know, plan in advance. Just don't put yourself under stress, ask for help, or just read the restrictions on your ticket first. That's advice that I can give personally. So I keep looking behind me. Apparently there's something coming into platform 5, but that was about 5 minutes ago. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to put out there. Like I said, I'm not going to dive too much into the political side of things. And like I said earlier, when I talked about what has happened with, you know, RMT, that's all I'm going to say on RMT, because this isn't a strike video, so we're not going there. That's not what this is about. But you know, that's what to look out for, I would say. So a bit long-winded, but it's information all the same, and you can tell I'm passionately talking about this because it's something I don't want to happen. I really don't. People want the human factor. That's where banks are going wrong as well, where they're going all digital. you see what I mean? It all stems in. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll try and get another little service coming in, or if we don't, and we'll do a little outro. And there we go. So like I said, it's just basically me talking, but nonetheless, this is a subject obviously which only got announced on the 5th, so it's something that really needs to be addressed quite urgently. If you want to make a difference, however, like I said, I did include some like a hashtag save our offices, or save our ticket offices. Also as well, you can go on the RMT website. It takes you through to their petition, which is on about nearly on 31,000 out of 35,000 signatures needed. So that's gone right up in a day. So it just goes to show there's a lot of backing to keep the ticket offices, and just, you know, spread, you know, if you really are passionate about and you want the ticket offices to remain, you don't want to go online or, you know, go onto your mobiles or use the machines, then, you know, there is a public consultation which I mentioned. Get involved, really get involved. And if you have any questions as well, don't hesitate to speak to me, and I'll be more than happy to answer any sort of questions or concerns that you have. But nonetheless, thank you for watching this. Like I said, it's a different type of video, but it's something that, like I said, needed to be addressed. But this is all I'm going to say on the matter. Like I said, if you've got any questions, do ask me. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope this was informative for you and you sort of saw the passion that I've got for this moving forward. But yeah, thank you very much, and I will see you next time down the line, on a very much happier note somewhere on the network. So I'll see you then.